From Dave Rogers Field at Eastside Center in East Peoria, Illinois, Clutch Sports Media is on the air and proud to present Mid-Illini Conference boys baseball in a clash between the visiting Limestone Rockets and the host East Peoria Raiders. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Gavin Russell, and joining me in just a few minutes will be Lance Russell. The game is already underway, starting a little early compared to the original 4:15 start time that we had for you, so apologies for that inconvenience, but thanks for joining us here on ClutchSportsIL.com. We will get you set for lineups, and we are in the top of the first right now. Already one out here in the top of the first. A ground out. Again, we'll get you lineups, the whole scorecard as soon as possible, starting a little early today. On the mound for the Raiders today is number 6, Kurt Sosnowski, just a sophomore. Had a handful of starts this year for East Peoria. Horkham is up to bat currently for the Limestone Rockets. Beautiful day out here at Eastside Center. We'll go ahead and get you the East Peoria lineup really quick. The pitch by Sosnowski, fouled away by Horkham. The lineup for East Peoria, leading off, playing at second base, is senior Tommy Flowers. Catching and batting second is catcher Ethan Sosnowski. Pitch by Kurt Sosnowski. It's grounded over to Flowers at second base. Throws the first in time. 2 down, 2 away here in the top of the first. That will nearly done here at the top of the first. Again, we apologize for coming on a little late here, starting a little early. The teams were eager to get out and play today. Grounded over to third. Hidden makes the play over to first base, and a quick 1-2-3 for East Peoria's Kurt Sosnowski. We will take a quick break and be back for the bottom of the first here on ClutchSportsIL.com. Welcome back into Dave Rogers Field at Eastside Center. I'm Gavin Russell, and joining me is Lance Russell. And again, apologize for some of the confusion. Started a few minutes early here today. The scheduled 4:15 start time was a little bit early, by about 10 minutes, so underway, bottom of the first here, and leading off for East Peoria is the senior Tommy Flowers, number 7. He's headed to Eureka College next year. He's going to take a strike, 0-1. Here's the second pitch way outside. On the mound today for the Limestone Rockets, it's going to be the senior, number 9, Cole Thomas, taking the mound for Limestone. Here's the 1-1, fouled away by Flowers. Move to a 1-2 count. The big senior power bat of Ethan Sosnowski is on deck for East Peoria. The 1-2 to Flowers. Strike 3 looking. Thomas will get him. And that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the first. Still no score, 0-0, as we're here on a beautiful day at Eastside Center. A little windy, maybe a little chilly for April, but overall a pretty good day. And up steps the senior bat of Ethan Sosnowski, and he's going to take a ball from Cole Thomas. We will get you the full lineup here very quickly for East Peoria. Started it in the last inning, but was negated by the quick 1-2-3. Here's the pitch from Cole Thomas. It's outside, 0-2. Tommy Flowers, the senior, playing second base and leading off. Ethan Sosnowski, the catcher, batting second. Jace Wilkerson playing first base and batting third as well. Ethan Krutke is batting fourth, designated hitter. And that is roped in to left field by Sosnowski. He's heading for second. The throw back in is not in time. And it's a one-out double for Ethan Sosnowski. And we'll bring Lance Russell in here, getting our bearings under us here, Lance. But nice piece of hitting right there, and he'll head off for the courtesy runner. Really nice double into left field.
Absolutely. He hit that just on a rope, as you mentioned. And also, that was a really nice throw to second. Left fielder's got quite an arm.
Absolutely. Turned the wheels on there and made it to second. It's going to be Josh Knight Jr., the courtesy runner. One out here in the bottom of the first. No score still. Jace Wilkerson steps up, and he's going to take a ball. We'll get you the rest of the lineup. Krutke, the designated hitter, is batting fourth. Jack DuBois, the shortstop, is batting fifth. Owen Hidden, the freshman, playing third base and batting sixth. Here's the pitch. It's going to be popped up by Wilkerson to the second baseman, looking up and just catches it as he was backpedaling into the outfield, and there are two away.
There is still a little bit of wind today, not quite as much as yesterday, obviously, but the wind played a little factor on that one. Nice play.
Absolutely. Never easy to get a fly ball on a windy day. Up here at Eastside Center, the wind is a very big factor. Sits up on a hill, so wind can become dangerous for a fielder. Ethan Krutke steps in, and he's going to foul one away on the first pitch. I'll try to attempt to get this lineup figured out for our listeners today. Kurt Sosnowski, who's pitching, he's going to bat seventh. Cooper Shane in left field batting eighth. And Landon Hidden, who is playing in right field, is batting ninth. Cole Thomas, the 0-1. Strike two called. Ethan Krutke will take a strike, and it's 0-2. Runner at second. Two away in the bottom of the first. The 0-2 is fouled away by Krutke. A lot of young players here on this East Peoria team, Lance. You always like to see that, though. Definitely a growing team.
Absolutely. That means the future is very bright.
Future is very bright. Thomas winds up and pitches, and narrowly a ball there, so Krutke stays alive at the plate. 1-2.
That was a nice curveball. Just missed.
Just missed. I thought he had strike three right there, but umpire has a better vantage point. We'll get into that later. We have a certified referee sitting in with us today, so we'll talk a little more about that later. Fouled away there on the 1-2. We'll do it again. Two-away runner at second, bottom of the first. Still no score. One-two Krutke. Thomas, the pitcher, fires. It's a ball outside. Keeping an eye on the second base runner, Josh Knight. Got a big lead off second there. Contemplating a pickoff move, but throws a ball. 2-2. Pitch to Krutke. It's low. 3-2. And from a 1-2 to a 3-2, Krutke works it full. 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, I've noticed he's really taking a healthy lead there at second.
Maybe looking to keep the pitcher a little off balance. Thomas fires, and it's outside, and he'll take ball 4.
Nice job.
Very nice job indeed. So works a long count right there. 2 on, first and second, and that'll bring up Jack DuBois, the junior, batting 6th in this East Peoria order, rather 5th. He'll attempt to get something going here with 2 away. A hit to the outfield could likely score the runner from second. Thomas, the big righty, deals, and it's high for ball 1. Limestone has yet to pick up a conference victory. East Peoria 2-2 after a sweep of Canton. Big conference matchup today. The pitch, and it's roped right to the shortstop. Boys lines out to end the bottom of the first. We will take a quick break and be right back for the top of the second here on ClutchSportsIL.com. Back here for the top of the second, and the first pitch by Sosnowski is a swinging strike there from Ty Fate. The big righty took a big rip at that one. The 0-1 is fouled away right above us here in the press box, so we'll go to an 0-2 count.
I was ready. It was coming right at me. Thought I had it.
Should have brought your glove. 0-2. Sosnowski deals, and it's high for ball 2. Ty Faith, the senior, 6'2", 255, designated hitter and first baseman. Strike 3 called. Swinging strikeout on looked like an off-speed pitch, perhaps a curveball. 1 down.
That was a really nice change of pace. He mixed it up on him and got the desired result.
Sure did, and out number 1 here in the top of the first. Rather, top of the second, and ball 1 is called. Jack Segler the second baseman, takes ball one. Again, we're still getting our bearings under us. The game starting a little earlier than we expected.
Yeah, I guess the umpires were worried because it's supposed to rain tomorrow.
Wanted to get it in quickly.
Get it in and get it done, keeping us on our toes.
The 0-2 is a strike called. Segler will watch that one. So moves to a 2-1 count now from Kurt Sosnowski, the East Peoria righty. The 2-1 swing and a miss on the inside, and probably had him looking for something different right there, Lance.
Yeah. That's a good call. I think he was looking for something he can drive. He doesn't get cheated on his swings.
2-2 is outside. The pitcher-catcher combo today are a pair of brothers, Kurt and Ethan. One a senior, one a sophomore. I'd say maybe a little bit of a connection there. 2-2, popped up. Flowers ranging into the outfield and can't get it. The right fielder hidden comes diving in. Throw back into the infield was a bit wild. Nevertheless, Segler is going to be safe at first, and a bloop single into right field.
Looks like we have an injured player.
We may have an injured player, yes.
Right fielder. Shaking up a little bit on the acrobatic attempt. Though, again, we talked about the wind earlier, and the wind came into play once again. Made it very tricky for that fly ball.
It did indeed. And the trainer and head coach Matt Plummer will trot out there to make sure he's all right. Doesn't seem like it's anything too severe. Being examined by the trainer right now. While we're at it, let's get you the Limestone starting nine. It's going to be Gray at shortstop. Horkham, the center fielder, and batting second. Baldock, the first baseman, and batting third. The designated hitter and batting fourth, Ty Fate. Batting fifth, Jack Sigler, the second baseman, who you just heard had that bloop single. Smelroth batting sixth and playing third base. Williams over in right field batting seventh. Marvin batting eighth and catching. And Bieneman in left field batting ninth for the Rockets. Still taking a look at Landon Hidden, the right fielder. A little shaken up on the diving attempt. He's going to stay in the game.
It looked to me from this vantage point like they were kind of looking at his wrist a little bit. He may have jammed it a little when he made the diving attempt there.
Perhaps he did. It was a good effort. Again, with the wind playing a lot of a factor. That ball could have changed direction a few times, so trainer and Matt Plummer, the longtime head coach of the Raiders, will head back to the dugout. So 1 on, 1 away after a bit of a delay there. Checking out a injured player. It's going to bring up the third baseman, Simmelroth. Cam Simmelroth, the junior. Right-handed batter, and he's got 1 on, 1 away. And we'll try to move some base runners, try to strike on the board first. Again, a 0-0 ball game here in the top of the second. Got started a little earlier than expected, so if you're just joining us here in the top of the second, the game is moving pretty quickly because we got started a little early. Simmelroth takes a ball on the outside. 1-0.
Simmelroth's a very versatile player. He plays left, right, and third base. Really, he can go about anywhere. It's good to have those guys.
Bounce right up to the pitcher. Throw to first base is in time. Segler will move up to second, but 2 are away here on the bounce out to the catcher. That'll bring up Williams. Not Bryson Williams, rather there's a couple of Williams. It's Aiden Williams. 2 away. Aiden Williams. First pitch is taken low and outside. And a little bit of a wild pitch there. Catcher's able to corral it. That's going to keep Siegler at second base. 2 away.
Nice job getting on that ball quickly, not allowing him to take third.
Indeed. Ball on the outside, 2-0. To the right fielder, Aiden Williams, another junior in this lineup. Both these teams talked about a little bit at the start, pretty young. 2-0, 3-0 now. A borderline pitch right there, didn't get the call, maybe a little bit high and outside. 3-0, a big pitch right here. Pumps one right down the middle with the gas. We'll go to 3-1 now. What's on your mind, Lance, for the hitter? Give him the green light on 3-1, or maybe try to take another pitch?
I would look for something center cut and swing from the heels.
Looking for something to drive.
With 2 down.
And it's going to be a ball, so did take more of the conservative approach, but I can see what you're saying. Maybe if there was a pitch to hit there.
Absolutely.
Try to get one out there and strike on the board first, especially here in high school baseball. Very important to score early and often. Give yourself a nice lead, help out your pitcher. Really, in any baseball, helping out your pitcher is very important.
Always easier to play from the front than play from behind. That's for sure.
Throw down to second and hits the runner. And the runner, Segler, is going to move up to third. The catcher, Sosnowski, tried to pick off the runner at second. Segler ended up hitting his body and bouncing over near second base, so he's going to advance on the air right there. So now runners at the corner with 2 away. Definitely a tough break right there. Trying to pick him off, cheating off second. Can't quite get him.
It wasn't a bad throw, just bad timing.
Bad timing indeed, and now we're down to 1-1 count. Marvin, the catcher. Clay Marvin, the senior. Fouled away, over into foul ground. Trying to make a play on it is Sosnowski, and it's just going to hit the dugout. Just not quite enough space for him to make the play, but they were really on that ball, Lance.
Absolutely. Good effort there. And also, I noticed that they were possibly going to attempt a double steal there. The runner at first took off, so that's something to watch for.
Definitely have to be smart in these scenarios. Of course, you don't want to allow the runner at first to advance and put 2 runners in scoring position, but you don't want to let up that double steal. 1-2 is pickoff. Now they've got the runner in the middle in a hot box. Throw over to second. He is tagged out. So a successful pickoff move right there. Definitely thinking steal, Lance, and that'll end the inning just as you had said.
Yeah, it seems like maybe the East Peoria coaching staff's listening to our broadcast, and they picked up on that one.
Perhaps that's why you're the color commentator extraordinaire making his debut today. So we will take a quick break here on ClutchSportsIL.com. Head to the bottom of the second. East Peoria 0, Limestone 0. We'll be right back.
back here. First strike. 0-1 count. We're back at the bottom of the second inning. Still no score. Limestone and East Peoria. Second pitch a little bit outside and low. 1-1. There's a dribbler down the first base line, foul. 1-2 the count. The 1-2 delivery, outside, evens things up 2-2. Nobody out, still no score. The 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That looked like it's something a little bit off speed as well. Possibly a change up there. Looked right down the middle, but just threw his timing off enough. Got the strikeout. Now up for the Raiders, it's Kurt Sosnowski. First pitch low, 1-0 count. The 1-0 pitch. Way inside, nearly hit him, 1-1 count. Sosnowski didn't move away too quickly either, so maybe trying to get on base any way you can. Can't fault the man for that. The 1-1 delivery, a little high, 2-1. It was right down the middle, but a little bit high. 2-1 the count. Pitcher working quickly. Right down the middle fastball, 2-2 the count. Evens it up. The 2-2 pitch. Inside, but it was a swing and a miss. That would be apparently the count is now 3-2. Apparently the count was 3-1. My eyes have deceived me. 3-2. And he draws a walk. We're going to have to roll the tape back and see what happened there. Couldn't possibly be announcer error. So we have the designated runner in for East Peoria, Brock Angle. Fun fact, his uncle is WWE superstar Kurt Angle.
That would be ironic as I pop back in here. Brock Angle, the junior. Thank you for taking over in my absence. So I get some stuff sorted out here, and it's strike 1 to Cooper Shane. Lance getting his crack at play-by-play. Coming up with all the facts and statistics you may have never known.
More than likely, the last crack at it.
Hey, you never know. It's a wild pitch here, and Angle's going to take off down to second. And he'll be safe down there, so 1 away in the inning. And runner at second now. Cooper Shane, the senior left fielder, will attempt to drive in a run. Pitch to Shane, it's grounded foul.
The East Peoria dugout had to look out. They looked like it was coming to eat. They had to get out of the way real fast.
They sure did. A few players sitting on top of the dugout. Don't want to get smoked by a foul ball. 1-2 to Cooper Shane. It's outside. Cole Thomas is on the mound for Limestone. Now to a 2-2 count. Nice job of these Peoria hitters today, working long counts, making Thomas work. 2-2 to Shane. Outside. Ball 3, so now to another 3-2 count. Last batter, Kurt Sosnowski, worked a 3-2 count. Although we were a little off on our scoring up here. Maybe not an announcer error, maybe an umpire error perhaps, but here's the 3-2. Grounded over to the shortstop, and it's bounced off the glove. Engel's going to head for home, and he's going to be safe. A nasty bounce right there, and Cooper Shane will drive in a run. I don't know how you would score that one, Lance. An error or perhaps an infield hit. Either way, that was a tough one to play for the shortstop.
I personally, since I think I am the official scorer for this game, I'm going to give him an infield hit. Obviously, there's no RBI there, but that ball was hit hard, and it took a crazy bounce. So, yeah, infield hit on that one.
Our official scorer today, we'll give him an infield hit, so we'll move the order along. Jimmy Hull is in now. He is now the right fielder, so he's going to take over for Landon Hidden.
So that possible wrist injury must have
Something
been a little significant there.
Something to keep an eye on, maybe precautionary. Here's Hull. He's going to ground it over to third base, and it's going to find a gap. Shane's going to try to make it to third, and he is going to be out at third base, trying to go first to third. Maybe a little overly aggressive there. Thought he could beat it out.
Perfect throw from the left fielder, though. Right on the button. Can't fault the kid for being aggressive on the base path.
Absolutely not. Bieneman throws him out, so Cooper Shane finds himself out 2 away, but Jimmy Hull, another sophomore, another young piece of this East Peoria lineup, picks up a hit on the dribbler right over near third base, beat the shift. Tommy Flowers, we turn the order over. And the senior second baseman, steal of second. Hull is going to be out, throw away in time, and that'll end the inning. East Peoria picks up 1, though, on a hard grounder by Cooper Shane. 1-0 EP as we head to the top of the third. We'll be right back on ClutchSportsIL.com. Top of the third here. First pitch from Kurt Sosnowski, and it's going to be fouled. No, perhaps in play. And it's going to be a foul ball. It was just ranging over.
Phenomenal effort by the new right fielder. Talk about being thrown into the fire. First pitch, Jimmy Hall. What an effort. He laid out for it, just couldn't come up with it.
Just oh so close, but it's a game of inches, as many sports you could say are. So now the 0-1, and it's bounced over to the third base. Hidden charges and throws him out. A nice piece of defense right there, and never an easy thing to do, especially, you know, the ball's going to take some different hops. We saw that in the bottom of the second. The shortstop had a tough time on a hot grounder, so a nice play right there from the freshman third baseman.
Wow, he made that look routine. That's an excellent job, and just a freshman, amazing.
Ball 1 to the new batter.
It's great to see this young talent in Central Illinois.
Sure is. So a 1-0 count. To Bieneman, who made a nice defensive play of his own in left field, throwing out an advancing runner to third. 2-1 count now from Kurt Sosnowski, sophomore starter. He's part of a few players that'll start for the Raiders on the bump. 2-1 now. It's bounced over to third, hidden, charging, throwing, can't get it, and missed throw right there, but recovered quickly by the first baseman Wilkerson and hold him to an infield single. That was a tough play, made a routine play on the last batter, but that one's a little more tough, Lance.
Absolutely, yeah, that ball was kind of dribbled into that little no man's land there, and he had to rush the throw, and no harm, no foul.
Backed him up nicely.
Absolutely.
And ball 1 looked like he went with the first pitch curveball.
Yeah, it was a nice 12-6 curve right there.
Keeping him guessing. 1-0 count, and we're going to turn the order over. It's back to Aiden Gray and takes a strike, so it's 1-1.
Bieneman's not taking very much of a lead.
Perhaps a little more conservative after they...
I appreciate that approach there.
A little more conservative. They are going to try to pick him off anyway, so pick-off move, unsuccessful. Bieneman will stay over at first. He's playing in left field today. Here's the pitch, and it's a ball to Aiden Gray, the shortstop for the Limestone Rockets. Ashton Horkham, the center fielder, on deck. Hit over to third, bobbled by the third baseman Hidden, throws to first, not in time. Bobbled the hit a little bit, but that one was another scorcher right off the end of the bat, and not an easy one to field.
No, that would be another one that would be a real judgment call there, but again, I would go with an infield hit. That's not an error when it's hit that hard.
Anything but routine indeed. So now 2 on, Limestone threatening with a couple of base runners. And a nice bunt right there. Sosnowski will field it and is going to just barely get him. That was a bang-bang play there over at first, but a successful bunt. Now 2 away, 2 in scoring position. That's going to bring up Landon Baldock, the big righty first baseman, the slugger, maybe looking to drive in a couple of runs here, Lance.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this guy swing. He looks like he is coming for lunch, dinner, and dessert.
And indeed he is. Takes a big rip at the first pitch, but swings and misses. Strike 1, but aggressive is the mindset.
Yeah, if he connects, somebody better look out down on Washington Street.
Ball 1, maybe working around him a little bit here. A base is open, 2 outs. But the next batter up would be Ty Fate, the designated hitter, who is another big slugger for the Rockets. 1-1 count, pitch, strike 2 just on the outside corner. Maybe had him guessing there, threw another off-speed pitch. Utilized them well so far.
Yeah, I like the way he's mixing his pitches up.
Great pitch calling. 1-2 count, fouled away. And that one should be out of play. It is just off the fence of the bullpen. So we'll do 1-2 again. 2 in scoring position. East Peoria up 1-0 here in the top of the third. A Mid-Illini Conference battle for you here on ClutchSportsIL.com. Audio only today. We apologize if you were looking for a video broadcast, but we have all the live action here for you. Sosnowski working out of the jam. 1-2. down in the dirt, maybe looking for a chase pitch there. Moves to 2-2. I'm a fan of that pitch, though. Maybe you get him to chase, maybe get out of the inning easily, but he wouldn't chase. Good plate discipline.
Yeah, he wasn't going to be able to do any damage with that pitch.
And it's high 3-2 now, so it's worked full. Big pitch right here. Runners maybe a little more aggressive on the pitch here. Either way, they won't be running on contact.
I wouldn't throw anything close to the middle.
And another curveball, but it's going to miss outside, and it's going to load the bases up. Maybe able to hear in the background, the Limestone dugout is fired up for a bases loaded, 2 out, and that's going to bring up the slugger, righty, Ty Fate, the designated hitter. This is a big opportunity here.
Absolutely. And I do like that last pitch, even though he gave up the walk. With first base open, don't give him something to hit.
First pitch, and Ty Fate looking to get all that one. It's going to be fouled back to the backstop. 0-1.
He just missed that. He almost hit that ball to Taco John's. He was on it.
Looking to hit it a mile. 0-1 to Ty Fate. Swings and misses on the nice curveball. And if I recall in the last at-bat for Ty Fate, Sosnowski got him swinging for a strikeout on a curveball.
Will he go to that well again?
Perhaps he will. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss, and he works out of the jam. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and 3 outs in the inning for these Peoria Raiders. Work out of a bases-loaded jam. We're heading to the bottom of the third here on ClutchSportsIL.com. Back for the bottom of the third inning. Score 1-0 in favor of East Peoria over the visiting Limestone Rockets. And welcome back into the broadcast booth. I'm Gavin Russell alongside Lance Russell. And just a 2-man crew today here for the audio-only broadcast. But if you're at home, couldn't make it out to the game today, maybe perhaps driving home from work, driving around town, no matter what you may be doing, we hope you've joined us here on ClutchSportsIL.com, Clutch Sports Media on YouTube. You can also follow the rest of our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you name it, we have it. So make sure to head over there and follow us. And Tommy Flowers, the senior second baseman, is going to lead off for East Peoria. He's going to take a strike low. Wasn't particularly fond of that one.
I don't blame him. That looked pretty low.
Definitely maybe a questionable call, but it is an 0-1 count, working quickly. Flowers, nice bunt to third base, trying to beat it out, and he does in plenty of time. A little bit of a drag bunt right there, but a very pretty one indeed, and they'll have a base runner to start off the inning. Tommy Flowers with the bunt single.
Absolutely caught him completely off guard, dropped that down perfectly. They never had any chance. That was one, honestly, I would rather him not even throw it to first. Just put it in your pocket.
Maybe a risky throw. If you overthrow or misfire to the first baseman, perhaps then you commit an error. Let Flowers get up to second, but it was a good throw, and he beat it out. Nearly hit him on the first pitch as Ethan Sosnowski steps in. Runner at first, no outs here in the bottom of the third. East Peoria with an early 1-0 lead. Tommy Flowers, a decent lead off first base. Cole Thomas takes a look, and he's going to step off. Take another look over at the runner at first. See how aggressive the Raiders get here. And we'll have time again. Maybe really questioning if that runner may take off here. Throw over to first quickly. And back in time is Flowers. So definitely trying to control the run game here of East Peoria is Cole Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas definitely has his eye on him there, and rightly so.
Pitch is low. That may have been the one to run on if they were going to do so, but maybe their intent is not to run with no outs in the inning. Sosnowski 2-0 count to him right now. 2-0 fires and takes a big rip at a ball. Looked like it was a little inside, but had his eye on it, so he'll foul it away, and it's a 2-1 count now.
Yeah, it looked like an inside curveball. Had a little late movement and couldn't time it up.
2-1. He'll get a couple more cracks at it. 2-1 count. Pitch is well low. So 3-1, in danger of losing another batter here. The bunt single to start off the inning by Tommy Flowers is where we sit right now. Sosnowski with a 3-1 count, looking to get on base any way possible. Sosnowski, the 3-1, swings and misses, and Flowers will take off for second. He will make it in time. The strike was dropped by the catcher Marvin. So I guess you could say maybe a pass ball or an indifference on that play.
Yeah, I would go with a pass ball.
It's just dropped by the pitcher. A nice slider or some sort of off-speed pitch. 3-2 count now. And it's strike three called on the outside edge. Borderline pitch, at least from our vantage point. Maybe a little iffy, but definitely has possibility. That clipped the outside edge. So that'll set down Ethan Sosnowski on strikes, and one away in the bottom of the third. Runner at second is Tommy Flowers. A bunt single and a advancement on a passed ball is how he got there, and that's going to bring up the junior first baseman Jace Wilkerson, who's batting in the 3-hole today for East Peoria. Wilkerson, a versatile player, first baseman, also does a little pitching though. Here's the first pitch, and it's going to be on the outside edge. It looks like the zone by today's home plate umpire. I don't have the name of the umpiring crew today, but whoever's the home plate umpire has definitely a zone, maybe a little expanded.
To the sides, it seems.
On the sides, indeed, and a big rip and a miss from Jace Wilkerson, 0-2. Maybe trying to expand his zone on his own as well. 0-2 count now. Raiders had the leadoff base runner on. Yet to do anything with him yet. 0-2 from Thomas, and it's way outside. Definitely a chase pitch. Trying to get him to move around.
Pretty good secondary lead there at second base.
Another 1-2, and it's way inside. Nearly hit him in the leg, but doesn't quite clip him, so it's going to go to a 2-2 count. Yet another count. Raider batter was behind and has now worked it pretty full. Swings and misses, though. Chased one way on the outside, and a nasty off-speed pitch right there. Some sort of curve or slider. Couldn't quite tell on that one, but either way, a solid pitch.
Yeah, I would agree. It looked like a slider down, and he just couldn't time it.
Couldn't resist, and definitely would have been a tough pitch to hit indeed. So 2 away, runner at second. That's going to bring up Ethan Krutke, the sophomore, and he'll take a strike to start the AB. Definitely a tough spot here with 2 outs, but what's your mind if you're trying to do something with the runner at second? Maybe try to steal third?
that's what it looks like is going on here. They're really playing some mind games, and he takes off for third, and he's safe. The pass ball, it got away from the catcher just by a couple of feet. Alert base running, took off. Now they're really in business.
Runner at third now, so I believe that was deemed a strike, but a pass ball. Flowers with a big lead. Here's an 0-2. Swings and misses, and that'll be strike 3 called. Runner left at third, left in scoring position. We're going to head to the top of the fourth. East Peoria leading 1-0 over the Limestone Rockets. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us here on ClutchSportsIL.com. Back for the top of the fourth here at Eastside Center. East Peoria leading 1-0. Kurt Sosnowski working on the mound for the Raiders, and 1-1 count now.
This game is moving right along. They must realize it's Taco Tuesday.
Indeed they do. They're started a little bit early, moving along just nice. Pitch fouled back right there. Segler, Jack Segler, the second baseman for the Limestone Rockets, was able to get a bloop single in his first at-bat. Was able to move around the bases a little bit, but could not score. 1-2 is outside to 2-2 now, and really trying to work that off-speed stuff, trying to maybe get a little bit of a chase pitch there, Lance. So far, Limestone hitters holding off pretty good. 2-2, it's fouled away. Do it again.
Yeah, he's doing such a good job of mixing his speeds, just keeping them off where they can't make any hard contact.
Definitely not making anything easy to hit. Segler looking for his second hit of the ball game. Crowds the plate, the 2-2. Grounded over to second. A hard bounce, but fielded nicely by the senior Tommy Flowers, and he'll throw him out. Out number 1 in inning number 4.
Nice pick by Flowers there, and then once he did the hard part, it was just a nice routine toss to first. Well done.
Great senior on the East Peoria squad, headed to Eureka College next year. And fouled away. The next batter, Cam Simmelroth, the third baseman for Limestone. Oh, 0-1 count. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the fourth inning. This one's flied into center field. The designated fielder, Damian Brown, is going to put the leather on that one and make the grab for out number 2. 2 away here in a fairly quick inning after Limestone loaded the bases in the last inning. Just not able to get the base runners they had before.
That was the first fly ball or pop fly of the entire game that went routinely. So maybe the wind has died down a little.
First strike here. We move along the order. Aiden Williams, the right fielder, will take a strike. 2 away. Mentioned the wind dying down. Looking around at some of the flags, don't seem to be blowing quite as much here. The netting in front of us doesn't seem to be blowing quite as much either.
The clouds are rolling in too.
Maybe a little overcast now. 1-1 count to Williams. Way outside. Nice pick there by Sosnowski. 2-1 count now. Pretty routine inning up to this point, but you gotta play for all 3 outs. Two and 1 count. Foul ball off the foot of Williams.
I wonder if the Sosnowski brothers ever get into it with each other.
You never know. But it's a good pitcher-catcher relationship there. I'm sure they understand each other pretty well. Strike 3, and that'll be the end of the inning. Routine inning for Kurt Sosnowski, and we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. East Peoria leading 1-0 over Limestone. We'll be right back. Back for the top of the 4th, still a 1-0 ball game, and we've seen some action on the base paths. Not a lot of hard hit balls here, Lance, but either way, some decent action, but a low scoring affair, 1-0. And the shortstop, the junior, Jack Du Bois, is going to step in for the Raiders as we get the bottom of the 4th started. Cole Thomas, the righty for Limestone, will stay on the mound. Pretty clean 3 innings of work, although he's given up the 1 run. First pitch is low for ball 1.
It's a fairly chilly day. Both pitchers pitching very well, so runs are definitely at a premium.
They are indeed. Du Bois will take another pitch downstairs, and not a lot of hard hit balls. As we mentioned, the last inning, the first really routine fly ball we had out to center field. So perhaps, again, just try to work the base paths, play a little small ball perhaps. 2-0 is bounced away for a foul ball. 2-1 count to Du Bois. Thomas winds up and fires, and it's swinging strike 2, and had some nasty action on that. That's not the first time we've seen that, though, today, Lance.
Yeah, that was quite a hook. I mean, that looked like it moved a foot and a half.
Really had some good action on that. 2-2 to Du Bois. Swings and misses, went back to that well, and gets the swinging strikeout. So Thomas records a strikeout, and there's 1 away. That'll bring up the freshman Owen Hidden.
I would have needed a tennis racket to try to make contact with that ball. That had a lot of movement.
It did indeed. Not much of a chance to hit it whatsoever. First pitch is a strike to Owen Hidden. I would say I thought that one was a little bit outside, but not much he can do with that. 0-1 to Hidden. Another strike. Must be clipping that outside edge right there. Hard to tell, but it looked a little outside to me.
Yeah, it looked like it clipped the line of the batter's box.
Another pitch, and it's outside, 1-2. Owen Hidden, the freshman, had a few nice efforts early in the early going for East Peoria. Here's the 1-2, and he'll take a strike 3 called. Thought it was a little bit inside, but it's crowding the plate pretty good there. So another strikeout, and that's 2 straight strikeouts for Cole Thomas, the Limestone pitcher, and 2 away here. It's been a pretty routine 4th inning for both sides.
Yeah, it's flying by. It's been real clean.
Stepping in is the pitcher, Kurt Sosnowski. He's trying to get it done at the plate. And that one way inside, gets past the catcher, so they'll have to grab a new baseball right there.
Well, that pitch would have absolutely hit me, but Kurt's a little thinner than I am, so.
Didn't want to lean into it there, perhaps. Here's the ball, and another strike right there, so it's 1-1. Doing a nice job being aggressive to hitters is Cole Thomas.
Yeah, you saying, here it is, hit it.
Hitters need to be a little more aggressive, perhaps, and swings and misses. Try to go down and get it. That one looked pretty low, but again, going to that off-speed action is really keeping the hitters guessing.
Yeah, he's got that right to left action.
This one's made contact with over to third, and the third baseman can't make the play on it, so he'll just eat it. It's an infield single for Kurt Sosnowski, and 2 away, but the Raiders do get a base runner and see if they get a little late life here in this inning. Cooper Shane will step up to try to do that. He had the hard hit infield single to the shortstop last time. Couldn't quite make the play, but if we mentioned anything but routine. Looking maybe drive something into the gap if possible, and Kurt Sosnowski will trot off for a courtesy runner. That's going to be junior Brock Engel. First pitch is taken for a ball. And again, we saw in the last inning with Tommy Flowers, who was on base, still getting aggressive on the base paths with just 2 outs. Perhaps maybe try to get another steal here. Runner was taking off indeed. Fouled away, though, by Cooper Shane. 1-1 count.
You know, I'm lobbying to have a courtesy runner in the slow pitch softball league, but so far they haven't taken me up on that.
One of these days, perhaps.
I can turn a triple into a single real quick.
Maybe we'll have to cover some slow pitch softball on clutchsportsisle.com. Way inside right there, Cooper Shane taking ball number 2. Courtesy runners, though, are a big part of high school baseball. Of course, takes a lot of strategy into the game, able to get your pitcher or catcher on base, able to get a more speedy player to move around the base paths. 2-1 fouled away by Cooper Shane to 2-2.
Just out in front of that one a little bit, or he would have had an easy double in the left field corner.
Yeah, we haven't seen too many elevated balls today. Not a lot of big fly balls. We did see a double in the first inning from Sosnowski. Here's the 2-2 way outside. Engel taking off for second, but the throw way ahead of him, and he'll get picked off to finish the inning. We'll head to the top of the 5th. We're moving right along here in East Peoria. East Peoria leading 1-0 over Limestone. Don't go anywhere. To the top of the fifth we go here at Eastside Center. Dave Rogers Field, or Field 10 as the complex refers to it.
Legendary Field 10.
Field 10, home to the East Peoria Raiders, home to the Peoria Sunday Morning League, a long-running amateur adult league. 1-1, Kurt Sosnowski working to the new Limestone batter. Fouled away right there. Marvin, who is batting now, threw out Engel at the end of the bottom of the fourth. Trying to steal second. There's a ball from Sosnowski.
Marvin has got quite a cannon behind the dish.
Definitely a big defensive part to this Limestone team. Here's the pitch. Outside again, 3 balls now and a strike to the Limestone catcher. Here's the pitch, and it's grounded, foul ball, so works it full. Home plate umpire making the call. Close play right there. Could have been either way, maybe just a touch over into foul territory. 3-2 now to Marvin, and it's high for ball 4, so they will put the leadoff batter on. It's going to bring up Bieneman, the left fielder. And a courtesy runner is going to come on here. Tristan Duggar, senior, who's one of the pitchers for this Limestone group. But on the bench today, he'll come in, though, to be the courtesy runner for the catcher, Marvin. So maybe trying to get a little action going on the base paths here in early portion of inning number 5. Strike 1 here to Bieneman.
So what do you think about, since Major League Baseball is always looking for a way to spice things up, adopting the courtesy runner?
I do like that idea, allowing, maybe got just a player that's oriented towards speed, maybe fielding, allowing them to come in, maybe a little more action throughout the game. Definitely wouldn't be a bad thing to look into, but I hope they wouldn't be too old-fashioned to consider it.
Usain Bolt, I'd pay to see that.
Get some elite runners come and play baseball. Here's a bunt to the pitcher. Throw to first. It is not in time, and this one goes into foul territory. And on the air, the runner's going to move to second and third, but we have an injured player down on the field. Maybe a bit of a collision there at first base.
I think it's Wilkerson is down.
I think the second baseman, Tommy Flowers, actually moved over to cover
the
first base.
Unfortunately, that one looks like it would probably be 2 errors on the pitcher on that play. He kind of mishandled the bunt slightly and then threw wildly over to first. So
A tough play to handle. It was a really good bunt right there. Bieneman definitely with the right idea. Flowers is going to get up and walk it off. Definitely good to see him getting back out there. Tough play, though. He really tried to extend to knock down that ball, but couldn't quite do it. So now Limestone is in business, second and third. No outs here in the top of the 5th inning.
So good news for Eureka College. They don't have anything to worry about. He's okay. He's okay.
They do not. Tommy Flowers is heading to Eureka College. He'll follow East Peoria graduate last year, David Hidden, who is, of course, now playing with the Eureka College Red Devils. Bit of a delay here. I'm not sure what the issue is. Turn the batting order over. Aiden Gray, the shortstop, readjusting his batting gloves here.
Yeah, it looks like maybe he had re-taped his wrist.
Definitely want to make sure you're right before you get into the batter's box. So Kurt Sosnowski will try to work out of this jam. Second and third, nobody out. And he's going to try to bunt, but a steal of home attempt, and he's going to be tagged out. The courtesy runner for Marvin, that was Tristan Duggar, speeding home. They were going to try to maybe drop down a safety squeeze. Missed on the bunt attempt, and Sosnowski, the catcher, tags him out. A big break there for East Peoria.
That's absolutely what happened.
So now the 0-1 is 1-1 count.
Little surprised that the runner from second didn't try to go ahead and get the third on that. He had a very big lead.
And the pickoff attempt goes into center field, but the runner is not going to advance. Bieneman thought better of it as Brown came charging up to that one. Thought he may have had it if he went for it, but playing it conservative here after in this at-bat already, they've had one picked off.
Yeah, it's the second time today I've noticed that it looked like they weren't paying attention to the third base coach and didn't take a base when they could have.
Swinging strike there. 1-2 is the count, one away, top of the fifth inning. And it's going to hit him. Didn't necessarily get out of the way right there. He saw it was coming at him. Wasn't necessarily a fast pitch, definitely an off-speed pitch that just ran in a little bit too far. But he'll take his base, so Aiden Gray will get first base, and one away. That's going to bring up Ashton Horkham, the center fielder, the lefty bat in the lineup. On the outside for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, Gray pulled the old turn your back to make it look like you're trying to get out of the way trick, and it worked. I respect that.
Took it like a man, I guess you could say. Here's the 0-1, or rather 1-1, and now it is 1-1. Landon Baldock on deck, and a swing and a miss there from Horkham. 1-2 now. If they could get another base runner here, or even if he gets a chance to bat, Baldock definitely can do some damage if he makes some contact. Big slugger in the lineup for the Rockets. 1-2 pitch. It's going to be a pop-up over near third base. And it's going to be a foul ball. Du Bois came charging in. It's going to drop just foul, so we'll do 1-2 again. Great defensive efforts, though. A few of these plays that they just haven't been able, just maybe a step or two behind, but we've seen a couple of dives. We've seen a couple of players lay out, so no shortage of effort on the defense.
Cannot fault the effort at all.
1-2, swing and a miss.
A foul tip.
Or a foul tip, rather. Thought he may have just dropped the third strike, but it's going to be a foul ball.
He stays alive by the skin of his teeth.
Very close right there. Didn't have a lot of chance to make good contact. Just fights it off. 1-2 again. Fouls it right back to the backstop. So another 1-2. Inning changed dramatically. There were two runners on, scoring position, no outs. A failed steal of home attempt, and one gets behind the batter. So now the runners are going to move up to second and third. Just saying how there were runners at second and third with no outs. Now same scenario, just one out in the inning.
I think I would have pointed to a dirt mark on my shoe and tried to lobby that back of my heel got hit by that one.
Yeah, I certainly thought it might hit him, but avoided the pitch right there. Horkham working a long at bat here. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss, a big strike three. 2 runners in scoring position and needed a strikeout right there, and he got it just in time. 2 away. That does bring up Landon Baldock, the first baseman, and again, we've seen him take some big rips at some pitches. He was in a bases loaded situation earlier in this game. Couldn't come through. Get another crack with runners in scoring position, and the first pitch is a ball.
Again, with first base open, you don't want to lay anything down the middle here. You want to try to get him to chase.
Could be dangerous, maybe work around him a little bit. Sosnowski going to the outside, but he'll get a strike that clips the outside edge. 1-1 to the first baseman, Baldock. Just a junior, hitting in the 3-hole, one of the biggest power bats for Limestone. Working outside again, but that one's going to be a ball. Very close once again to getting that outside edge for a strike.
I'd stay out there.
Don't allow him to barrel it up is definitely, looks like the angle they're taking. 2-1, and he drops in a strike with a little bit of a hook there. Maybe had Baldock fooled, maybe thought they would stay out on the outside, but drops one in near the hands.
That was a great curveball.
2-2, big pitch from Sosnowski. Bounces it over to third, charging, and can't make the play is Owen Hidden. So Limestone will tie the game. How would you score that one, Lance?
Yeah, that one was an error.
A tough play, though. It would have been anything but routine had he fielded the ball. Limestone pushes across their first run of the game. Now runners at the corners, 2 away. Ty Fate will come up to bat, the designated hitter. He's gone down on strikes twice today. Sosnowski's had his number, and a strike there to start out the at-bat. Maybe looking to heat it up a little bit with the fastball to start things out. Oh, 0-1 count now. Fouled away, and Fate was looking to get all that one.
Somebody's going to have a huge dent in their car.
Fortunately, we're not near the parking lot. Otherwise, that would have been very, very close. Although, beware over on one of the other fields. Swing and a miss. A nice hook there from Sosnowski. And if I'm not mistaken, that's not the first time that Fate's gone down on strikes on that curveball.
You are correct, Gavin.
So we will go to the bottom half of the inning. Limestone pushes across one as we've got a tie game, 1-1 on our hands. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on ClutchSportsAL.com. Head to the bottom of the fifth now. 1-1 ball game. Limestone is able to push across their first run. An infield single or an error, depending on how you would score it. And Cooper Shane steps in. He's going to take a ball to start things out. Cole Thomas still working on the hill for Limestone. And one downstairs. So now a 2-0 count. Both these pitchers have been pretty efficient. Worked out of a couple of jams and only given up one run apiece. And Thomas way outside on the pitch, so 3-0 now. I'd have to imagine he'd probably be taking here pretty good. Maybe not looking to swing on this next pitch.
Yeah, unless it's just absolute center cut.
The third base coach may be giving him the sign, though, not to swing, and he's going to take a ball anyway. 4-pitch walk to Cooper Shane. That's going to bring up the sophomore Jimmy Hull. Played a few games on varsity for the Raiders. He replaced Landon Hidden, who exited the game early on with an apparent injury after he laid out for a diving attempt, but decided to exit the ball game. Pick over to first, not in time. Shane back in safely, but Hull takes over in right field, and he is batting ninth for the Raiders.
Looks like Ethan Sosnowski is warming up.
Tries to drop down a bunt right there. It is outside. Back to first safely is Cooper Shane, you're right. The catcher may be coming into pitch, Ethan Sosnowski. He's worked a few times this year. Locked down a couple of late inning appearances. One and 0 count to Jimmy Hull. Tries to drop down another bunt, but it's going to be called for a strike. Couldn't quite make contact there, and perhaps the idea is just to try to get a base runner in scoring position here as early and soon as possible. Bunts it foul. So now to 1-2. Tough situation here. Obviously trying to drop down the bunt. Couldn't quite do it.
Yeah, it's always tough with two strikes. You got to be really careful. So we'll see what they do.
Hull maybe get a chance to swing here. Fire over to first and not in time. Cooper Shane slides back in safely. Cole Thomas has definitely done a nice job trying to control the run game today. Several pickoff attempts. 1-2 and fouled off. Inside on the hands. Could have been a borderline pitch, so not a bad job to fight for another pitch.
Yeah, that one can't feel good on a cold day.
Certainly can't, and maybe not the coldest day that they've played on this year, but certainly not the warmer temperatures everybody's hoping for.
I think I see some snowflakes in the distance. I could be wrong.
That would be very disappointing. I'd be not very happy. Of course, we're supposed to get quite a bit of rain tomorrow, so could impact the rest of the week. 1-2, and it's strike three called. The strike zone has been quite expanded today, both ways. Not a one-sided call, but a bit of a frustrating at-bat there for Jimmy Hull. Maybe got robbed of another pitch. But either way, Cole Thomas will set him down on strikes. One away. Bring back the senior Tommy Flowers, who will foul one off on the first pitch. Definitely a tough pitch to read there, though. Looked like he had a little sliding action and just apparently caught the inside corner there. Definitely a tough read for the batter, Jimmy Holt.
I'm having flashbacks to Greg Maddox and Tom Glavine right now.
Ball one there to Tommy Flowers.
These guys are painting the corners.
Certainly are. Umpires at least giving them the calls. 1-1 to Tommy Flowers, and it's way outside. Picked there by Marvin, who's done a nice job defensively behind the plate. A couple of pass balls, but is able to strike down a few runners, attempting to steal second. Cooper Shane over at first. Fair lead. And a strike way on the outside. Again, looking like borderline pitches. Pitcher is getting the call most of the time today, so it goes to 2-2. Dribbler back up to the mound. Thomas will field it, and he'll get the hitter Flowers for the second out of the inning. Shane will advance up to second, and now 2 away. In steps Ethan Sosnowski. Crucial spot here. Bottom of the 5th, opportunity to drive and a run. What would you say the mindset is on the hitter right now, Lance?
Well, it looks like we got an intentional walk.
So they're gonna.
So his mindset is run to first.
He's gonna run to first, and they will move down the order. And they're as quickly as he stepped up there, ran over to first, he'll be subbed out for a courtesy runner, Josh Knight. So easy work there for Sosnowski.
Yeah, that's respect right there.
Definitely one of the biggest threats with the bat in this lineup, so not taking a chance with him. Now trots the coach of Limestone. It'll be Jace Wilkerson to bat next. Righty versus righty.
The catcher getting some instructions, too, from one of the bench coaches.
Definitely making sure they are aligned properly on the same page.
Yeah, I do wonder what's in the hitters' heads right now with seeing the, seemingly expanded strike zones. Does that cause you to be a little less patient?
We will see. Jace Wilkerson will take a ball way upstairs. That one didn't have much of a chance of being a strike. Laid off of it nicely. Wilkerson went down on strikes last time. 2 on, 2 away, bottom of the 5th. Down low, 2 balls, no strikes, and obviously it seems like the approach is if it's not anywhere near the strike zone, don't swing at it.
That's usually a winning approach.
Typically is. Don't chase those pitches. Big swing and a miss right there. Wilkerson taking a big cut at it. Trying to maybe drive one into a gap. Send one or both of the runners on base home. 2-1 now. Over to third. Foul ball. Didn't have a great look at it right there.
Yeah, there's been a couple of those today that since, with the IHSA, we only have 2 umpires available. It's just hard to get a perfect angle on that. So it could have went either way.
Very close indeed. 2-2. 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Went upstairs and got him swinging on the fastball. That'll end the bottom of the 5th. Still a 1-1 ball game here in East Peoria. We'll be right back on ClutchSportsAL.com. Welcome back in. We head to the top of the sixth now. Still a 1-1 ball game, low scoring affair, pitcher's duel. And the pitcher for East Peoria will continue to be Kurt Sosnowski. We did observe his brother, who is currently catching, Ethan Sosnowski, warming up in the last half inning. But Kurt will stay out there, and he'll fire a ball in to Jack Sigler, the second baseman, batting fifth for the Rockets. Sigler, Simmelroth, and Williams set to go for the Raiders. 1-1 count now. Off to the side, observing Ethan Krutke getting loose for the Raiders. Perhaps he'll come into pitch at some point. 1-2 count now. Last one fouled off by Sigler. Way inside, nearly clipped him. 2-2.
Yeah, moved him off the plate. Now it's time to go about 8 inches outside.
Try to get him to chase one. Went right at him. Over to the third baseman hidden. Gathers, throws over, and a nice clean play. A nice stretch for the first baseman, Wilkerson. One away, and there's been some tough plays for Owen Hidden to make over there at third base, but overall, especially the routine one, he's done a nice job. Moving along in the order, it's going to be Cam Simmelroth, the third baseman. Ball one to start out the at-bat. Already in the top of the sixth here. Swing and a miss on the outside, especially in the righty-righty matchups, Lance. It looks like they've really been trying to work out that outside part of the zone. Been getting quite a few strike calls as well.
Absolutely.
Pitch is foul tipped into the mid of Sosnowski, and it's a 1-2 count.
Went in on his hands that time. Got the swing and the miss, and now he can go back outside.
Pitch selection has been excellent and keeping the hitters guessing. Here's the 1-2. Outside and narrowly missing strike through call. That one's typically been getting the pitcher's favor, but not on that one.
Yeah, that location's been called a strike most of the afternoon.
2-2 pitch now. Went with the hook on the outside, but missed way out of the zone. So now worked it full to Cam Simmelroth. Three-two, and it's strike three called. And that pitch is, again, maybe a little bit borderline, but it's been called most of the day. Simmelroth thought he had a walk, but sets him down on strikes, 2 away.
Yep, he went outside yet again to that same spot. That's where, you have to adjust as a hitter. If you notice that's being called, you got to take a swing at that.
Indeed they do, and drops in a strike right there in the heart of the zone. Aiden Williams, the right fielder, steps in. 0-1 count. On the outside, that one's a little too far out. Couldn't quite clip the zone. 1-1. That one's upstairs. 2-1 now. 2 away in the inning. Just a 1-1 ball game, so pitchers have done a good job today. Worked out of a few jams, but overall just giving up 1 run apiece. The pitch is lifted into foul territory. Wilkerson makes the play, and that'll be the third out. A 1-2-3, top of the sixth for Sosnowski, and we'll head to the bottom of the sixth now. Stick with us. It's a 1-1 ball game in East Peoria. Stick with us on ClutchSportsIL.com. Bottom of the sixth now. 1-1 ball game. East Peoria and Limestone battling it out in conference play. Ethan Krutke will step in for the Raiders to lead off. He's batting fourth and is the designated hitter. Thomas still working on the mound. First pitch is fouled away. Krutke aggressive early on in his at-bat. On deck is Jack DuBois, the shortstop, and Owen Hidden, the third baseman, after him. Way behind the hitter Krutke. Had to duck out of the way. First ball, 1-1.
Yeah, he just lost the curveball there.
Sometimes you'll see in the major leagues, player gets thrown behind. Maybe a little tensions flare, but just lost control on that one. Here's a fly into right field. Backtracking is Williams, and he puts the leather on, a routine fly ball. And as you mentioned earlier, the wind looks like it's died down pretty good from our vantage point. Not too much wind going on now.
Certainly making it a lot easier for the fielders than it was early on in the game. That was one of the better hit balls we've seen all day.
Opposite field hit over to right field, but slapped the leather on it for out number one. Brings up shortstop Jack DuBois, the junior. Strike one. Drop one in there for a nice off-speed pitch, it looked like. Maybe something a little bit of a, I hate to say this, but a faster off-speed pitch kind of worked it in there nice. Had some nice break on it, I should say.
Yeah, a little late movement.
Ball one now. Both pitchers looking to work 6 complete innings up to this point. Here's Thomas, and he will fire a ball, 2-1. Thomas worked through 5 1/3 up to this point. Kurt Sosnowski has worked 6 full innings. Two and one to DuBois, and he's going to ground one over to third. Picked nicely, high throw, but it's going to be picked down by the first baseman, Baldock, and that's out number 2, routine ground out. And with 2 away, that's going to bring up Owen Hidden.
Really nice play by Semmelroth there at third base. He had a real tricky hop, high hop, and loved it like a pro.
Been a few tough ones to field. Some tough ground balls today, but made good, nice work of that one. And here's Owen Hidden slapping one into right field, and he is going to get a 2-out single. So a little late life here in the inning. Jumped on the first pitch and got all over it.
You'd have to think that they're going to turn him loose and let him try to steal a bag here.
Definitely would think that, especially from what we've seen previous part of the game. Not shy to get aggressive on the base paths. Kurt Sosnowski, the pitcher, will try to help himself out here. Get on base or get a hit. Swing at the first pitch, and he will take strike one on the foul ball. Oh, 1 count to Kurt Sosnowski. Cole Thomas looks in, fires. Outside. Ball one. Keeping his eye on the base runner, Owen Hidden. He's kept a very close eye on most of the base runners today. One and one count now. Outside and low for a ball. 2-1.
You have to compliment the battery of the Rockets. They have done a really good job with keeping the base running game in check for the Raiders.
They sure have. Keeping an eye on the runner Hidden. Here's the next pitch, and it's a strike. Looked like Sosnowski may have been looking to take there. It's right down the middle. 2-2 now. Runner at first. Here's the pitch, and it's low. Pick over to first from the catcher, but he is safe. Hidden was cheating out there a little bit, maybe seeing if there'd be another pass ball or wild pitch, try to advance up to second, but Marvin, as we've seen, he's got a cannon, tried to snag him over at first.
Yeah, I'm going to start calling him a little Wilson Contreras there.
He's got a cannon behind the plate. 3-2 pitch now. Fouled away. Sosnowski tried to go down and get it. He'll fight for another pitch here. Three and two again. Over to shortstop. Throws the first, and it is in time. Sosnowski grounds out to end the bottom of the sixth. We'll head to the top of the seventh. Still a 1-1 ball game. We've moved right along, but still all knotted up at 1. We'll see if one of these teams can break the tie in the top of the seventh. We'll be right back on ClutchSportsAL.com. Back for the top of the seventh, and we're going to get our first pitching change of the game. We're going to stay with a Sosnowski on the mound, but we're going to go with Ethan instead of Kurt. So 6 complete innings for Kurt Sosnowski. He will finish his pitching day with just giving up 1 run. Ethan Sosnowski steps in here, and he will fire in a ball. Strike 1 called, so 1-1.
Yeah, Kurt certainly had a great day on the mound.
He did, got several strikeouts. We'll try to tabulate all that later. 1-1 from Ethan. Foul ball. Ethan Sosnowski definitely utilizes more of a power pitching approach. Tries to pump a big fastball in there. 1-2. And hits the batter, just narrowly clipping him. Tried to go something off speed there. Just ever so slightly clipped him.
Yep, looks like he just lost the curveball a little bit.
Just enough to put the runner on first base. I believe that was Marvin. Rather Duggar. Duggar stayed in the game. And here's a bunt. Sosnowski fields up to first base, and they'll get the first out of the inning. But they'll move Duggar up to second base on the sacrifice bunt, so 1 away. Now a runner in scoring position. Not a bad play whatsoever. Turn the lineup over back to Aiden Gray, and fouls it right back up here to the press box. And boy, if we didn't have the window, maybe he could have tried to grab that one.
Yeah, I reached for it.
Little out of our reach. One strike now to Gray. Swing and a miss. Took a big cut at a high fastball. 0-2 now. One away. Gray with Ashton Horkham on deck if he gets an opportunity to bat. Time called here.
Yeah, Ethan looks like he comes a little bit more directly over the top. He's got a real live arm.
Certainly does. Big senior power arm. He's pitched in relief quite a few times for East Peoria this season. Tried to go off speed again there, misses in the dirt. And the new catcher, Ethan Krutke, sophomore, who was designated hitter earlier, now turned catcher, makes a nice block behind the plate. He's become the Raiders' number 2 guy for the most part. Tried to go get something downstairs, but it's going to be a ball. 2-2. Was aggressive early in the at-bat, but kind of shied away from it here in these last couple pitches. 2-2 now. Fouled away again. Hit to the outfield, obviously likely could score the runner from second. Here's the 2-2 again, fouled right back up to the press box on top of the roof. So again, just a little out of our reach. Two again. Tried to drop something down, heading over to third. Safe over at third on the, I don't know, what would you call that? A pass ball, wild pitch? What would you call that one?
Pass ball.
Pass ball. Definitely a tough pitch to corral there behind the plate, but just got away from him a little bit. So now runner at third. Sacrifice fly could be in order. 3-2 count, though. Indeed, it could be. Over to Shane in left field. Fires it home. And he's going to be safe on the sacrifice fly as Limestone will take a 2-1 lead here in the top of the 7th. And just one run pushed across, but that could be enough.
Yeah, certainly that was exactly what they needed. That was an absolutely clutch at bat, if I do say so myself.
We do like clutch plays on clutchportsile.com, and definitely exactly what the doctor ordered right there. Sacrifice fly to left field. 2 away here in the inning. Ethan Sosnowski will try to work out of it and rally around in the 7th, bottom of the 7th. First pitch is a strike. Here's the second pitch. Bounces off the catcher Krutke. It's going to be a ball, 1-1. Up for the Raiders in the next inning. Pending any changes, it'd be Cooper Shane, Jimmy Holt, and Tommy Flowers. Swing and a miss, 1-2 now. So East Peoria will have their 8, 9, and 1 set to go. Just trying to push across 1. 1-2 now. Fouled away. Be interesting to see, too, if Limestone keeps Cole Thomas out there for the bottom of the 7th. Here's the 1-2 again. Tries to go with a curveball way outside. He has to get up for that one. Hit over to first base, but it's going to be a foul ball. So 2-2 count. Ashton Horkham is the batter. Lefty batter for the Rockets. Here's another 2-2 to him. He's going to rope one in to right field. And it's going to get over the head of Kurt Sosnowski. He's running around, heading for third. And he will be in with a triple. Ashton Horkham ropes one out to right field. And the throw not in time. Maybe a little more unfinished business here for the Rockets offense. That'll bring in Landon Baldock with an opportunity to drive in an insurance run.
Certainly the best hit ball we've seen this afternoon.
Got all of a fastball and pulled it to right field. First pitch to Baldock is high. One and 0 now to Baldock is high again. Maybe trying to get him to swing at something upstairs. Try to chase one high in the zone. No dice.
He checked his swing. Not real sure if he went around there.
I didn't think he did. I thought it was good check swing. 2-0 now. He's going to pop this one up. Wilkerson has a play on it, and they will get out of the inning unscathed, but Limestone picks up the go-ahead run, leading 2-1 now as we head to the bottom of the seventh. 8, 9, and 1 coming up for the Raiders. Can they rally around? Find out as we'll come right back on ClutchSportsIL.com. On to the bottom of the seventh, the last chance for East Peoria to try to push across at least one run and moving into extras if they can do so, or attempt to walk it off. They'll trot out Cooper Shane, Jimmy Hull, and Tommy Flowers to try and do so. New pitcher for Limestone after a nice day from Cole Thomas, giving up just one run in 6 innings. Ashton Horkham, who ripped a triple in the last inning, will move in from center field to be the Rockets' new pitcher. Aiden Williams will move over to center field. And the first pitch there from Horkham is a ball, just a little bit high. One-0 to Cooper Shane. Fouled over. 1-1. Trying to stay alive here. 1-1 count to Cooper Shane. High off-speed pitch, way out of the zone. Easy take, 2-1. Definitely trying to get some base runners here in the bottom of the seventh. 2-1 count. Shane rips one foul. Got on the inside of his bat right there and ripped it foul over the bullpens. 2-2 count. Orcom works to Shane. Way outside. Now they've run it full. 3-2 now. Obviously, the mindset is just get on base any way possible.
Absolutely.
A walk would do the trick. Shane fouls another one off. Looking for his pitch. 3-2, and do it again. Cole Thomas moves to right field, and it's fouled off there by Cooper Shane. So Horkham and Thomas switching in the outfield. Thomas moves over to right field. That's how the Rockets align defensively. 3-2, Cooper Shane fought a couple off. Here's another 3-2. Hits one over to the shortstop. Picked cleanly and fires over is Aiden Gray for the first out.
Nice routine play. He took his time, didn't rush the throw. Solid job.
Nice job there from Aiden Gray defensively. One away in the inning. In steps Jimmy Hull, sophomore. He's playing in right field today. Came in as a substitution for Landon Hidden. Here's the first pitch, and he's going to ground that one foul over to third base. Strike number one. See if the Raiders have any late magic in them. As it stands, Limestone winning 2-1 here in the bottom of the seventh. Ashton Horkham trying to put him away. Strike number two, 0-2 count, and see what Ashton Horkham can dial up here. What do you think he's going to go with?
Well, that was the best breaking ball he's unleashed so far. 0-2 pitch, you've got to go out of the zone.
He does, goes a little bit outside and low. Limestone dugout thought he may have had strike three. 1-2, Jimmy Hull up to bat. Horkham fires. Lined up the middle. Gray picks this one again and makes another play. 2 away. And Tommy Flowers will become the last out for the Raiders. Ashton Horkham, 2 quick outs. Both ground out to the shortstop Aiden Gray. Now down to their last out are the Raiders. Takes strike one. High breaking ball, finds the zone, and he's had a couple of nice breaking balls with really good break on it.
Absolutely. Be difficult to handle.
Tommy Flowers swings and misses it one way upstairs, ran the gas in. Now down to the final strike are the Raiders. 0-2, Horkham delivers. Way high. Maybe didn't chase there, but maybe a little bit of a misfire there on the curveball. 1-2 to Tommy Flowers. Payoff pitch. Way outside of the zone, 2-2. Two away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Horkham. Down low in the dirt, and they've run it full. Nice job staying patient by Tommy Flowers in this at-bat.
Yeah, you can tell he's not rattled.
That's definitely a senior player for you. Trying to just get on base here. 3-2, Horkham to Flowers. Hits it over to third. This could do it, and it will. Limestone comes away with a 2-1 victory on a late sacrifice fly score. They'll pick up their first conference win of the year, and East Peoria will move to 2-3 on the season. Overall, a low-scoring day with a 2-1 final score, but got to acknowledge both pitchers, both pitching 6 innings, only allowing 1 earned run each. We look at the final tabulations for both. Cole Thomas for Limestone, he will pick up the victory with 9 strikeouts. He allowed 4 hits in this ball game, and 4 walks were allowed, but again, 9 strikeouts is a big number. As for East Peoria, Kurt Sosnowski, the sophomore, did a great job today. Just 1 hit allowed on 1 run, 6 strikeouts to 3 walks. It'll be Ethan Sosnowski taking the loss, just gave up 1 earned run in the top of the 7th. And Ashton Horkham will nail down the save as he got 3 ground ball outs. And Limestone again picks up the victory 2-1 today. Any final thoughts?
Well, you have to give the clutch up moment of the game to Aiden Gray for that 7th inning sacrifice fly. He did exactly what you needed to do. Just pick your pitch, put it in the air, and that was the fine line between victory and defeat. So the clutch up moment, Aiden Gray, well done.
Aiden Gray certainly did a nice job, and both these teams played a great ball game. Not a lot of offense, definitely some runners on the base paths, but we saw several great defensive plays. Behind the plate, Clay Marvin threw down a couple of runners. East Peoria was able to get a couple of pickoffs, was able to thwart a steal of home attempt. So definitely some good plays in the field. Not too many misplayed balls, not too many errors today. It's a quick ball game, so you always like to see that, but definitely a tough one for East Peoria and definitely a solid win for Limestone. Tentatively, they will try to play tomorrow, but more than likely that one will get rained out. So look for that one maybe at a later date. But these two teams will match up again at some point within the next week or so at least. That'll about wrap it up. Any more final thoughts there?
I just want to, again, give all the props to the 2 starting pitchers today. That was one of the best pitched high school baseball games that I believe I've witnessed. And for just a regular season game, that was big time. So congratulations to both starting pitchers. They did an amazing job.
Certainly did an excellent effort. Got to listen to it here on ClutchSportsIL.com. We appreciate you joining us. Just a 2-man crew today, but I got to thank Joey Wright, who, of course, you've heard many times on the Clutch Sports Media airwaves, helping getting this all making this all possible, getting the equipment delivered, and getting everything helped set up with us here in East Peoria today. Of course, wasn't able to join us due to some other obligations, but thanks to Joey and to the rest of the Clutch Sports Media crew. But for the on-site crew, my partner Lance Russell, I'm Gavin Russell. We thank you for joining us here on Clutch Sports Media. Join us next time.